January 23rd, 1556. A normal Tuesday morning in China. People going to work, kids heading to school, lovers spending the morning in bed. And then, in 30 seconds, more people died than on any single day in recorded history. Worse than Hiroshima. Worse than 9/11. Worse than any battle in any war. 830,000 people dead in half a minute. This is the story of the Shaanxi earthquake, and if you've never heard of it, there's a reason why. Here's what happened. Northern China, 1556. The region is densely populated, millions of people living in an area called the Loess Plateau. But here's the thing about this region. The ground isn't normal dirt, it's loess, a type of sediment that's soft, easy to dig, and perfect for carving homes into. So that's what people did. Instead of building houses, they carved caves into the cliffs. Entire families living inside the earth. Thousands of these cave homes stacked on top of each other like apartments. Warm in winter, cool in summer. Seemed like a great idea, until the morning of January 23rd. At around 5 a.m., the ground started shaking. Not unusual, China gets earthquakes, but this one kept going. And going. The shaking intensified, and then the cliffs started collapsing. Remember those cave homes, carved into soft sediment? Yeah, the entire plateau liquefied. Cliffs turned to dust, mountains flattened, and everyone inside those caves crushed instantly or buried alive. But it gets worse. The earthquake was so powerful, estimated at 8.0 to 8.3 magnitude, that it created ground fissures 20 meters deep. Cracks in the earth that swallowed entire villages. Buildings that did survive the shaking collapsed when the aftershocks hit. Over 60 cities and counties completely destroyed. Here's the part that makes this the deadliest natural disaster in history: population density. The Shaanxi region had millions of people packed into a relatively small area. And because most lived in those cave dwellings, there was no escape. When the cliffs collapsed, they collapsed inward. People were entombed in their own homes. Just rather ghastly to think about. Contemporary accounts described the aftermath. Survivors said the land itself had changed shape. Rivers disappeared. New mountains formed where valleys used to be. The destruction was so complete that some cities were never rebuilt. They just ceased to exist. 830,000 confirmed deaths. Some historians think the real number was over 1 million. But record-keeping in 1556 wasn't great as you could imagine. Either way, it's the highest death toll from a single event in human history that wasn't a war or pandemic. So why have you never heard of it? 3 reasons. 1. It happened in China during the Ming Dynasty. European records barely mention it because Europe didn't care about Chinese news in 1556. No global media, no international aid. It might as well have happened on another planet. 2. It happened nearly 500 years ago. Hiroshima, September 11th, the 2004 tsunami, Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica just last week. These are recent. We have photos, videos, survivors. The Shaanxi earthquake is just text in old books, harder to visualize, easier to forget. 3. We still build the same way in earthquake zones. If we really internalize the lesson of Shaanxi, that soft ground and dense population equals mass death, we'd have to redesign half the cities on Earth. So we just don't talk about it. But here's the thing. It could happen again. Today, Iran, Afghanistan, parts of California, millions of people living in earthquake zones with inadequate building codes. The only difference between 1556 and now is that we'd have cell phone footage. The death toll could be just as high. In 2008, the Sichuan earthquake killed 87,000 people. Same region of China, same geological instability. And that was only magnitude 7.9, slightly weaker than Shaanxi. If a magnitude 8.3 hit a modern megacity, we could see Shaanxi-level casualties again. Tokyo, Tehran, Los Angeles, all sitting on major fault lines, all with millions of people, all waiting for the ground to shake. The deadliest day in human history wasn't caused by a bomb or a war or a plague. It was caused by people living in the wrong place when the Earth decided to move. And we're still making the same mistake. So the next time someone asks you about the worst disaster in history, tell them about January 23rd, 1556, the day the Earth swallowed 830,000 people, the day that should have changed how we build cities forever, but didn't. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want more history that actually matters. And let me know in the comments, should we be preparing for another Shaanxi-level earthquake? Because geologically, we're overdue.